Welcome back to Cheddar, everyone. You're watching Opening Bell. I'm Tim Stenovic, joined by Kristen Scholler, and the race is on to figure out the last mile. That's, of course, the distance between major travel hubs and then that final destination. Electric cars, scooters, and bikes have been proposed, and a new partnership aims for a more compact and convenient solution. Joining us now is Todd Richards. He's the president of Wham-O. Todd, it's great to have you on Cheddar.
Thanks, Tim. How are you?
I'm doing well. Let's talk about how Wham-O is trying to solve the last mile. And when we say last mile, what we mean is, for example, somebody going from their home to a bus station,
right,
or a train station, or the
right,
subway station, or
right,
getting from that area, from your parking spot to your office.
Right. Well, as you know, it's become a big issue of how do I get to this last spot? There have been other people who come out and try to do it with shared vehicles, shared rides, those types of things. But there's that sense of, I want to have it there when I leave. I want to have it with me all the time. I want to have some of that ownership. Our company's been on the innovative side of many things for a long time, 70 years. Our company's been around for 70 years, but mainly in the toy side of things. But it's all about innovation. We invented the Frisbee, we invented the hula hoop, we invented slip and slide, those types of products.
Thank you.
Thank you for the slip and slide.
Yes,
and people say, wait, what's the connection between a Frisbee, slip and slide, and Smacircle? Well, or that last mile transportation. Well, it's the next thing. And that's what Wham-O's been about for 70 years. This is the next thing.
Okay, the next thing. Still though, I mean, like, what went into the decision to pivot into bikes? Because that is a pretty, hard left turn from a slip and slide.
Right, big left turn. The world's changing. We want to change with it. And if we don't, we're just going to get left behind. So that was a big piece of what we went into this decision with, was what can we do to do this? When we looked at the technology and we saw what was available, there was nothing out there like this, where you could literally fold it up and put it in a backpack and carry it with you. It's hardly anything in weight. It's going to get you anywhere you want to go. And it's a nice looking office piece just sitting behind your desk.
Tech-wise, though, this is a major departure from what you guys have built in the past.
Very much so.
It's not a piece of plastic.
We're talking about carbon fiber. We're talking about lithium-ion batteries. We're talking about technology that folds up into multiple pieces.
You told us you're always about the next big thing and what's coming down the road, but what positions you to actually create and manufacture something like this?
Well, we're going to trying to take a lead position on this. There's a lot of copycat stuff in the world today, particularly as you get into either tech and even transportation. Where we see this, we see it as a patented technology. The design is completely patented. It is somewhat original. And when we can get that buy-in from I want the best, that's what they're going to get with this product.
My question is, why own, right? A lot of people just wanting to rent these days. And so what is the case for people to own one of these?
That's just it, and you hit on it exactly, in that it's almost opposite of what the trend has been. But when you start thinking about what we'll be competing against, a Lime or a Bird scooter, you can't always count on that thing being there when you walk out of you stay late one night and you walk out, oh, there's no more scooters, there's no more bikes. Having this with you all the time. The other side of it is, who had this last? Where has it been? Maybe I'm not comfortable with that. And having my own transportation, having my own use of a vehicle is always going to outweigh counting on something else being there.
Todd, virtually all of what you guys produce at Wham-O is made in China.
Correct.
We speak a lot about the trade war here. That's been a big focus for us at Cheddar and a big focus for investors over the last year. How has the trade war affected your business?
To date, it hasn't really affected us that much. If anything, it's the flow of product coming in, not so much the distribution of product. We receive most of our product into the Port of Los Angeles, and there's backups in the port. We're having trouble sometimes getting product on schedule. So that side of things hasn't really affected anything. Now with this new technology and this new type of product, we foresee a little bit of a cost impact, in that where we focus on, okay, we have a cost to produce this, we look to resell it at this price. Now with these new tariffs and different things going in place, we have to look at it in a different manner.
So is there a worst case scenario strategy that the company has been building? I'm thinking of Jamie Dimon, for instance, right? He's building some of these worst case scenario strategies at the bank. Is that something at least that you think about in terms of if this does escalate or even drag on from here?
I wouldn't call it a worst case scenario, but I definitely have it as a contingency. We have a plan that has it built into our costing, that has built into our programs. And if it happens to get worse, it has a different direction, we have to change direction with it.
GoPro CEO Nick Woodman told us a few weeks ago that he's planning on moving some of production of GoPro cameras outside of China to another country to avoid tariffs. Are there any plans that you have to move production away from China to avoid tariffs?
Well, we have started doing that a little bit with other products. We're actually looking at moving a lot of our products to be moved back into the United States. Some of our Frisbee products, hula hoops, those types of things that are easier to make. We don't need, there's a lot of transportation costs involved in bringing it from China. We can do that here.
You could do that despite the fact that U.S. labor is significantly more expensive
Yes,
than labor
we can.
in most places
We
in the
can.
world.
And when we look at our Smacircle bike, that's a little bit different, and we're moving. And there's opportunities to move that up.
Is your potential decision to move labor back to the U.S., is that a direct result of President Trump's policies?
No. This is more of how do we bring our own company back to the roots of our company. Our company started in California 70 years ago with pretty simple products, and we're looking at how do we bring that back again? How do we make it a core brand as it used to be?
Price point of $1,400. How many are you planning to sell?
Well, we've pre-sold over 1,000 already. We have our next launch is coming in May of this year. We're projecting somewhere around 5,000 to 6,000 in the first year, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Do big corporations get on board? I'm thinking of, for instance, right, the Google campus that exists, right?
Yeah.
Do they buy a bunch of these so that their employees can use them?
Well, that's what we're exploring, and we're also looking into even OEM for people that are already in this business. Just like if you're Uber, you have a choice of an Uber X or an Uber Select. Maybe a Lime or a Bird can be doing the same thing if we wanted to go to them with an OEM option of step up your shared ride.
Todd, it's awesome to have you on Cheddar.
Sam, thanks so much. Kristen, thanks a lot.
Todd Richards is the president of Wham-O. That is the company behind Frisbee, Hula Hoop, Slip Inside, Aquaforce, and now Last Mile Transportation.
For a new bike, yeah.